Hello there, welcome to Genesis Models. My name is Bobby Waldron and this is the 27th of November 2015 Genesis Models show. Now this week I have been working on the F15 here, which has been all nicely deckled up. I've sealed it in with a gloss coat, so this is all ready for next week, where we're just going to go nuts with weathering. And I have ordered in a few new weathering products from AK Interactive, so we can have a play around with them. Now these decals are your typical from Asia type decals, like your Tamiya decals, where they're really thick and you have to use things like Mr. Mark softener and Mr. Mark setter, which are stronger decaling solutions. And I've basically I've shown you how I go about dealing and tackling with these pain in the butt type decals that you get from Tamiya and Trump to sometimes, and those kind of Asian type manufacturers. As you can see as well, I just could not help myself with Superman. I couldn't help just actually building it. If you saw the inbox review, I was just I for the love of the hobby, I've just gone off and built this. Sorry I haven't filmed it, but it was just it has been a project which has just been for my pure pleasure of just building, but hopefully I'll have some nice end result shots of this when it's done, which so far I have got to as you can see, it's built. It went together rather well. Only a couple minor gaps, but really the Vallejo plastic putty technique actually worked absolutely beautiful all over this model. The cape fits in really snug. It's not glued in, so you can remove it and take it on, so you can get in there and sort of do some painting and sort of put it back on without any gluing. I've done a lot of the blue work where basically I put a base coat down, a little bit of a highlight, put a wash on there, and then I've been doing some highlights, sort of bringing out of all these muscles and stuff, which I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it does look rather cool. And I'm just sort of basing up the face and the hair and the red parts, and I've just really sort of, as I've been working on the F15, I've got to wait for this to dry or that to dry, or I'll pick up Superman and have a go at him. So that's my modelling for this week. Now let's kickstart with a inbox review of a new tooling, which is the Chieftain Mk.11. Hello there, welcome to Genesis Models. My name is Bobby Waldron, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at a brand spanking new kit release for 2015. The kit we're looking at here is a Chieftain Mk.11 by Takom. As I say, absolutely brand spanking new. It's 1/35 scale, and it is a rather nice kit. So let's open this up and let's take a look inside. Also, it's kind of strange with this kit as well, because when this was released, it was released as like a trio. So it's like, do you know how they normally sort of like they'll launch, like, say the Chieftain Mk.11 we have here, and then a couple of months later they'll release the Chieftain Mk.10 or something like that. What Takom's done is kind of strange. They've gone out and they've released 3 kits. I think it was, what was it now? It was something like the Mk.5, the Mk.10, and this Mk.11, which is kind of strange to release them all in one go, but there we go. Anyway, back to the kit. Well, first off, let's jump straight in with the hull, and let's have a look at the detail we've got here. Now, this is a brand new mold, so the flash on this is absolutely non-existent. We've got pretty good sharp detail going on. We've even got quite a bit of, I don't know how well you can see it, but if I can just rotate it in the light, but we've got like imprinted writing on the side, even on our fuel caps here. There's some printed writing going on there, and even at the front here, I mean, we've got some pretty good sort of like raised detail going on, looking rather sharp, rather crisp, and really nice. Moving along to well, we've got the bottom hull as well, which, I mean, actually that was another thing going on with this. If I just place the underside, on the underside here, the surface is a little bit naff. I mean, you do tend to have that a lot when it comes to armoured vehicles with these kits on the underside here. You know, we get like reject pin marks and stuff, but yeah, there you go. And as you can see, we're going to have a bit of gappage going on there, but it's only the only sort of real sort of fit problem I've found with this kit. With the turret, we have what looks like is going to be, you know, a rather good fit there. We've got what was it called again? We've got the weld marks going on around the turret as well, which is rather cool. Again, the detail is, you know, just the same as the bottom of the hull. The turret is looking well crisp, well detailed. I do like how, you know, you do get quite some raised bits coming off of the turret and still looking, you know, really well crisp and well detailed. Moving along, there is this weird piece on the gun, which is sort of like a rubbery type piece as well. It looks well detailed, and from what I've seen in the instructions, it's probably going to allow a bit of movement, but you don't really want something like this, because as soon as you spray this, paint it, and if you say move it or something like that, it's just going to crack the paint. But you know, I haven't built it, so I don't know how that is going to work out. Moving along, we've got the track links. The track links come in this bag, and it is just full of the track links, which I do believe, I think it was 97. Both sides. So let's just open this up and get a few out. Now, these track links do look really well detailed, very sort of professional, almost like looking like resin or something like that. If we just bring you in, what we've got, I mean, this is really well detailed. They fit absolutely beautifully and perfectly together like that. And then on the underside, you can go off and have the option to actually put on the rubber pads as well, but there's no flash going on there at all. You know, I mean, we've got this little sort of mark here, which is probably where it's sort of been cut off some sort of sprue or something. I am slightly feeling it, but that shouldn't be too hard to get rid of, apart from there are so many to get rid of. Now, the problem is with all these track links is, yes, they do look very beautiful. I do like the look of them a lot. They fit absolutely beautifully as well, but the problem is the practicality of putting these track links actually on our tank. It looks like it's going to be a case of, you know, you need to glue them together, but once they're glued together, they are glued in that position. So it's going to be a case of, yes, it's not that good. It needs to sort of be flexible, really, to be able to go around your road wheels and everything. But if you've got to glue it into place, you're going to have to probably glue a flat bit at the bottom, the flat bit at the top, and then you're going to have to come in with a couple glued here and there going around your idle wheel or your drive wheel. It's gonna be rather tricky, actually. It's a bit of a shame because they do look really good, but yeah, it's not practically gonna be a good way to do tracks. It's possibly gonna be a little bit annoying. So it is sort of a shame how they've gone about the track links. You do get some nice clear parts with this as well, which they do all look crystal clear. I don't want to get everything at the back, so I do want to sort of blast through this review. We do get some more bits of air vents as well. Just throw that down there. We've got another piece here. Well, this is where we've got lots of tiny little bits and bobs along here, where we've got our hatches and bins. The detail looks crisp. Not seeing any nasty bits of flash or anything like that. We've got good recessed detail as well. Bolts. We've got our MGs here again, looking very fine and crisp. Smoke discharges, yeah, you name it, this kit has got it, and it is all looking well detailed. We turn this over now, and we do have ejector pin marks, but they're not in those places where you're gonna not want to see them. For instance, at the back here we've got our bins. Yes, we've got ejector pin marks here, but we're not going to see them. As for our hatches, no ejector pin marks, which is just what you want, because if you want to open the hatch, you don't want ejector pin marks on show. So yeah, and it's the plastic it's actually feeling quite strong actually. I'm hoping it's not going to be too strong. It almost, don't hold me to this because I haven't cut any of it off, but the sprues almost feel a bit Games Workshop-y, but looking how the pins go into the pieces, they're not as thick as Games Workshop, but the actual outer sprue part is a bit tough like Games Workshop. Then we've got our main gun here, which looking at this, absolutely beautiful detail going on with our main gun all the way along here. Loads and loads of detail, as you can see, all the way along there. Now, when bringing those two pieces of plastic together and gluing them and trying to get them all nice and seamless is going to be rather tricky with all that detail on there, but if you can do it, that is going to look absolutely smashing. A couple more pieces, sprues that I've just left in the bag. We've just got some more bits here and there with that bag. A little bit more sort of bins and stuff, nothing really to write home about, pretty much the same as the other sprues I've shown you. We've then got this nice big sprue here. There is two sprues that are exactly the same, right, duplicate sprue. Now with this sprue we have a load of our road wheels and stuff, which just to kind of bring your attention to our actual road wheels, they are a bit different to that of the normal way really of doing things. What we've got here is, if we turn this over, this is like the inside of our road wheel, right? Then we have this spacer just here, and then here's like the rubber tire part of the wheel. So what we've got is we've got a situation where how you get so many road wheels and everything with armored vehicles, and it's such a pain to paint all the tires and everything, but what it looks like they're doing with this kit is them separating the tire side and the actual sort of hub cap side of the wheel, so you get to sort of spray them separately and then glue them together, which potentially could save you a hell of a lot of messing about painting up tires. But in saying that, looking at some what looks like potentially a drive wheel here, yeah, the detail in there is looking rather good with all the bolts and everything. Idle wheels look good too. Yeah, really nice. We've got some suspension at the back here, which doesn't look too bad. They should look nice. On the back they're looking a bit but I'm guessing that's because we're not going to see them at all. Now this kit, all in all, which, hold on, we've got some more plastic bits here. We've got 6 identical sprues here, and on here is basically just supposed to be the rubber pads that you put on your tracks. Nothing too special there. Now this kit is £53 RRP, and I got that from Hannon's. You probably could get it cheaper elsewhere. Now yeah, that to me seems a little bit on the expensive side, not overpriced, but not getting a bargain, but you do get a few added extras with this kit. So just to show you, we do get like a little correction piece here. Not sure what that is, but it's nice to see, you know, if they've made a mistake, they'll correct it. As well as we do get like a sort of remove this part sort of thing, sort of like cut out a bit off of the turret to make it more accurate. Just a little note there. The decals, I've not actually opened these up. Let's actually open these up, shall we? Let's just cut these open. Right, the decals, let's take a look. They are for armoured vehicles, so yeah, you don't have to worry too much, but looking at it, they're very matte, they are in registry, they're looking clear, they're feeling a little bit on the thick side. Yeah, they do come from Asia, so they're probably going to be, you know, sadly not good. So you're going to probably be using something like Mr. Mark, the Mr. Mark range Declan solutions. They do look good, but how they go down is another matter. So put that to one side. Then we have some photo etch, which is rather good considering the price we're paying for this, to actually get a bit of photo etch to go with it. So looking at the photo etch, you know, it is feeling you know, nice and thin. We've got well good detail in there. That there should sort out all our little air vents and all those kind of things to really jazz them up. It always does look really good to have you know, these air vent covers and everything on armoured vehicles. I do like it when they do that. Then we have something a little different. Actually, we get this added little sort of extra paint guide. Now in this paint guide, right, we open it up, right, and it is done by Ammo. That's Mk.11, where he's gone off and he has come up with the proper colour schemes for I think it's about five different tanks, ranging from different regiments like 1 RTR, based in Germany, or even a couple of different, what is it, the Dragoon Guards in Battus, which is not bad actually in Battus. I did quite enjoy it when I went there, and yeah, that was good fun. We've also got the Royal Scots Dragoon Guards, and we've got a whole load of nice call outs from Mk.11 on, you know, just exactly, you know, what you want. We then have the instructions, which the instructions are, you know, it's a good booklet, it's not cheap or anything like that, good quality. We get a good call out of about the tank itself. We've got good colour going on. We do open up inside and the quality of the paper does reduce, but still good quality. Moving through, it is a very easy, typical sort of instructions to follow, typical construction of a armoured vehicle. The as I say, the track links, yes it was 97 track links, and as I say, kind of getting that to go round is going to be sort of problematic and a bit more trouble than it should be, really. But apart from that, yeah, the kit has lots of detail, lots of pieces going on here, there and everywhere, just like any other armoured vehicle. There's no like kind of extra options to have this way or that way, but yeah, I mean, it is going to be very easy to follow from the look of the instructions. We're going to have no real problems following this, I do believe. And there we go. There's the instructions all finished, and then you've got a bit of advertising at the back, which actually I did get that that marquee with it. So there is the kit all in all. Really, it looks like a fantastic new mold. The detail on the kit is very crisp, very fine. You know, you've got no ejector pin marks in the nasty places. You've got no flash going on with it. Hopefully it should go together rather well. You get some nice photo etch of it as well. You get you know, a nice colour call out from Ammo, which is, you know, also a nice little added extra. A little bit overpriced, and the tracks are going to be a bit of a pain to sort of construct, and then you're going to have to construct it in a way that kind of fits nicely, so that's going to be a pain, and then you're going to be sort of painting and weathering up different parts of the track in separate places, so that's going to be a bit of a pain. But all in all, it does look like a good kit, and it is recommended, and I wouldn't mind again building it myself. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed that inbox review of the Chieftain Mk.11 by Takom 130 5th scale. So until next time, my name is Bobby Waldron, this is Genesis Models, and I hope you've enjoyed. Hope you liked our little inbox review there of the Chieftain Mk.11. Really cool kit there. Also this week I did buy in a few little new releases, so to speak. Mk.11 from Ammo. We've had 3 new colours added to the panel line wash range, which is basically another 3 colours. Which was Dust, Shadow for Desert Brown, and Ochre for Sand Camo. So basically all your sort of Israeli type desert camoed aircraft, you've now got a couple of colours there to sort of nicely complement those type of colours. Games Workshop, they released another 15 paints. Here's just a couple of examples of basically another 15 dry type paints. Now the dry sort of paints that was originally released by Citadel, they were very sort of bright. It was sort of like a last sort of highlight, quickly dry brushing, and they were very bright, very much in your face. But these ones they're still, you know, quite light colours, shall we say, but they're not as in your face and as bright as the previous 16 dry paints. Now they've released another 15 which are a bit more you know, sort of, for instance, I mean, this nice little red here would be great for Blood Angels if you want to quickly dry brush them, and then you could come along with the other dry, where is it? Here it is. Was it the Kindle Flame? So you can come in with 2 different dry brush in there to sort of highlight and basically paint a big army a lot quicker than actually brush painting the highlights in. So, you know, I do like those new dry paints there by Games Workshop. Also, now on the forum, we're coming to the end of the Genesis Models group build for this year, which was the aircraft based carrier based aircraft. Now that is coming to the end this year, and when we come to, I do believe it was the 1st of January, we're going to be starting a new group build. So with the old group build coming to an end, you guys, and there was so many of you who are actually who've entered the group build and haven't finished yet, so you've got like a month to sort of really try and get those entries finished so you can be actually entered into the competition for all those prizes. And just for finishing, I'll probably do dog tags again for everyone that has finished the group build. But with the next group build coming up, I'm going to start opening up the threads for you guys to start making suggestions and voting for the next Genesis Models group build. So I'll be opening up that. Get in there, you can make a suggestion, make sure you make a poll of yes, no, and those of you who do vote on what will be the next group build, please make sure you are voting. If you vote yes, you're saying yes, you will enter, not kind of like yes, you'd like to see that group build. It's just so we can see how many people are actually going to participate and enter. So just keep that in mind when you are voting. So that's going to be up on the forum. Sadly, we've come to the end of the show, but next week is going to be another F15 week, which, as I say, I've got a bunch of 8K interactive products. Hopefully they'll be here for next week, where I'm going to go off and weather up our F15, which I'm not going to over weather the F15. I'm going to make it sort of like a typical looking F15, which isn't overly weathered. They're still pretty clean, but yeah, hopefully we'll get that all nice and weathered up, and that should hopefully be coming to the end soonish as well. You know, we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel with that F15. Yeah, so that's next week. So until next time, my name's Bobby Waldron, this is Genesis Models, and I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you.